Sonar main.
Nice.
Sonar,
Oh my god.
Sonar China and grass. He's at 160.
Yeah, they like he finally entered. I guess it's time to be bitter. I'm on every track like a parental advisory sticker in a new league. They trying to keep me from getting too hot. I got spice, so I'm getting my blue cheese.
The public player that just installed the game, wanting to play competitive and feel at home, but on the other side of the table, they've developed a system that doesn't actually do anything when it comes to matchmaking, and I feel like that itself is just an embarrassment. For example, if you just start playing the game, like you're rank 1, you'll play against the highest level rank if there's not enough people, and it's honestly just a shame.
Sixes, because of how classes work out in that, there's definitely a little bit more expectations out of the players, that you have to be a little bit more knowledgeable about what's going on, and that you also are generally not off-classing. Off-classing is generally not the best idea in sixes. There are certain situations and scenarios, but you shouldn't go into a sixes game expecting to play Pyro all game long.
Not pushing me?
What was behind all the way in RIT? Someone in RIT still. He might be spawn camping. No, he's in IT.
We're gonna have in 5 seconds.
I dropped them, man.
Soda's behind.
Alright, let's
Circle
go
now,
to
he's bombing
right
in. Soda's still behind. He's about to bomb.
How's it going, everybody? Ray here. It has been a while, and today we're going to take a look at TF2Center, a platform that I've always had a little bit of a weird relationship with, especially now that I do play the game casually. I wanted to sort of jump back into the competitive scene, and matchmaking just wasn't doing it for me. It does seem that coming back now after about a year and a half of not touching the game at all and thinking I was done with it, it does seem like matchmaking has received a lot of improvements. I find games much faster, there aren't really any more hackers around, and as far as it seems, it does seem like a playable game mode, because when I left, it wasn't that. A lot of people were complaining about it, and especially if you were at a higher rank, it'd be very difficult to find matches, let alone matches that were playable, even if you did get into a game, which didn't really happen. So what ended up happening was, at the time, the only alternative was Face It, which is no longer an option. One thing that I did notice coming back to TF2 and jumping back into the competitive scene, especially really being curious as to whether or not my skills would be up to par, it's definitely been a lot of fun. The community aspect, the feel to the game has just really resonated with me, even coming back to it now. A few of the pugs that I have played on TF2Center really have been fun. And I can say that wholeheartedly. It does seem like my playstyle has improved a little bit. Now I tend to be a little more conservative. I don't try and go for as many hero plays, but fortunately I still love playing sniper, and I still love off-classing, even though I don't get to do it as much in sixes now, especially with TF2Center, because a lot of the games won't have off-classing enabled, especially sixes, and I don't play Highlander. It's been nice, definitely, being around, being back, and seeing a lot of the players that I know, and a lot of people recognize me coming back, ask me about my channel, ask me about future videos, and they are definitely in the works, even just casually here and there. I'm hoping to get some more videos up, and TF2Center has really made me coming back to TF2 has really enabled me to enjoy the game for what it is. That community feel that you get from playing competitive has just been so strong, and has always been the case for me, even with transitioning during the period of a year from playing in steel, ringing for low steel players, to playing in platinum, which has been an incredible experience. Really translating that to just casual pugs, TF2Center sixes has been incredibly fun.
I know it's Ray because he's fucking sporting the UGC badge. Everyone must know.
Oh, I guess. Wait, platinum. Ooh, pretty.
Ray is like the vegan of UGC Platinum.
What do you mean?
He will always find a way to tell you that he's a plat sniper.
Oh, does he play Highlander? No, he's plays sixes.
No, it's from sixes, I believe.
Yeah, well, I guess he's just really good at off-classing a sniper in sixes.
Oh no, he's good. I'm just saying, He's a platinum vegan.
I'm going for that. Going for those platinum 6s status. You know what I mean, Funk? I'm gonna make it.
As far as gameplay goes, there will definitely be matches where silly things will happen.
I found the picture for our channel. It's gonna be great.
Emma's here.
Bro, we're using the Goons picture.
Oh my god,
Is
he hits
that-
every pipe.
Do you want to name it the Goons?
Yeah, we're the fucking Goons, bro.
Yo, get in here. Demos rolled. Get in here.
Oh, I
Get
got
in here.
double
Get in here. Get in here. Get in here. Demos
We're all
rolled.
fucked.
Scouts
Get the
rolled.
fuck out.
Damn.
Alright, I'm getting out.
You guys need to get the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
I'm so
Soldiers on our road.
I fucking hit everything. Demos raped again. I'm gonna go to
We can
last
get
through
two
under.
here.
I'm gonna go through last.
Nice.
Through under.
They have
I'm
a
on
Coming in
point.
this
I'm
one,
on last by myself. I almost did it.
I got
That's
Nice.
I've created a century, cause nobody wants a dispenser no more. They want a killer to deliver. Well, if you want, uncle, this is what I'll give you. A little bitty mini with a widowmaker, couple shots, little straight up drop. A medic and a heavy combo. They hop to the restock closet as the round time left on the clock is fading. And on top of the scoreboard, I'm dominating. You kids in the comments can stop debating if I'll make another mixtape. It's long awaited. I know you're trying to blow a conscience, save me, but I've got 5
That
pocket
sentry
minutes on me,
bad.
baby.
It really is one of those games where the skill ceiling is just so high that it's a joy every time, because there's always ways to improve, especially my scout gameplay has gone a lot better recently, which I'm very happy about. I tend to flick less and just be more precise with my aim, and that has translated very well into my 6's gameplay. A big problem that I had when I used to play Face It, because I did make videos on it, but I never really talked about it, was the fact that you'd get Face It points, which would then translate into items like Australians. I did manage to pick up 2 Australian knives playing on Face It, and I think that just because there was that reward and there was that incentive, it was a little bit of a double-edged sword where a lot of games would turn out to be toxic from what I remember from almost 2 years ago now. A lot of the games, honestly, you'll be playing with the same players. And it's really interesting to see. Obviously, you'll have days where you're really into it and you want to keep going, and that's just measured by the amount of fun you're having, obviously, which sometimes will translate into how many games you're winning versus how many you're losing. A lot of people don't know this, but I actually have played on TF2Center years and years ago when I think it was newer. I'm not entirely sure when the site launched, but I do have private videos playing on TF2Center. Of course, even back then, I used to play a lot of Sniper, and my joy for the class still remains. Obviously, I will always have a soft spot for it. But I think when I was younger and I was playing on this website, I felt very pressured. I felt very pressured to perform. I felt like I was never really good enough. And honestly, I felt a little bit of a toxic vibe. But I think that now that the community is even smaller than it used to be, I see a lot of the same players. It's nice to see, though, that a lot of my friends still play the game, and it really does make you feel like you're playing this niche game, but that's always what I've loved about it. So for any people that are considering competitive and considering getting into it, honestly, I've seen a lot of people on the site with even just 500 hours, 600 hours, which people would consider to be very low. I have about 4,500 hours around that, which is quite a bit, but that's over the span of 10 years playing this game. And all it takes is a couple pugs to really get the idea behind 6s. It's not as complicated as people make it seem. Yes, there is a little bit of a science behind it, but that's for another video. And I do think that the site offers a lot to new players. Of course, thank you to everybody who supports me and continues to support me. I actually do have an Instagram up now. I don't really use Twitter anymore, so Instagram is definitely the best way to reach me. It's at raythebluejay, same as my Twitter and my Steam and everything else in between. So I'll catch you all next time. Thanks for watching, and peace out.
I'm about to beam. Safe to say I don't go anywhere without the team. I can't stand my dreams. Waking up remembering it's never how it seems. 200 degrees. Summer's hot as hell and I take refuge in the trees. Watch the stars swirl.